Hi, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Stevie. And welcome to the Unhinged Smut Book Club podcast.
This book was not lacking in creativity.
Melody is down bad for old Slinky Dick.
We can get gayer. We can get weirder. The core strength on that man.
I mean, he's only core, so. I grew up right down the street from Lorena Bobbitt.
To be a fly on the wall in that tent.
Totally. We discussed the most unhinged smut that the publishing world has to offer.
It's a book club, but for sluts.
How you doing?
I am so good.
So good?
So good. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell.
Good as hell.
I'm happy here today. We're going to talk about a very strange book today.
I loved it.
I
have a feeling we're going to feel very differently about it.
I also have a feeling that book today, if the title didn't give it away, is Jacked Up by Latrexa Nova.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm good. I went to Costco this morning, got up way too fucking early to try and score some Pokemon cards. I did, in fact, score Pokemon cards.
As you should. As you deserve.
I'm very excited about it because this is a set that I really like, and they dropped. I got there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you know what time Costco opens?
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's a hike, too.
I got there at like 8:20. Yeah, I had to go to one down closer to London.
Oh my gosh.
It was an hour and 20 minutes.
Bananagrams.
Yeah.
It's commitment.
I got the Pokemon cards, though. Made friends with a lovely young lady in line. Bought a new trash can. One of my favorite pastimes is to just walk around Costco.
It's a good time.
Yeah. I found these books that I've been meaning to get for a child, Morgan, who I'm going to rename her. And
she'll always be your baby.
Hence
Mini Morgan.
Known as Chaos. I'm calling that child Chaos from now on.
There you go.
So I found some books there by DK, but they're kind of like encyclopedia books, but they're like updated and really pretty, and buying them on the internet is like, they're like $20 a book, but they had them at Costco for £10.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got some books. I got a brand new trash can because mine is broken by Chaos. Yeah, had a great morning. So I'm feeling good. How you doing this morning?
We went to the garden center. Had like the most British morning.
Amazing.
Just strolled around.
Did you take toddler Stevie into the soft play area?
We did not, but Mr. Stevie's going to take her there soon, I think.
Oh, good.
Because every time she sees it, she's been there once before she could even walk. But every time she glimpses it, she's like, I must go where my people are.
That's also how my child acts.
Yeah.
When she glimpses the soft play area.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this in America, the soft play area it's very common in the UK. Soft play is like an indoor playground.
Yeah, kind of like McDonald's play place,
but much
better
larger
and cleaner.
And not free.
Also that.
Some of them are really expensive.
Some of them are so expensive.
And the parents have to pay to go in.
Which is bananagrams. I
knew what you were going to say.
God, I love you. To be loved is to be known, or whatever they say. To be known is
to be loved. Yeah, either way.
That too.
Yeah, the idea that I have to go pay money to watch my child play on a playground.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Unacceptable. Especially when they sell, like, fucking pastries and coffee there. I'm gonna buy that. Hello? Yeah. But now that I had to pay to get in here out of spite, I will not. So.
Oh, I still do, because I would like a coffee and a treat.
Valid.
While I'm watching my child run around.
I get it. Anyways, let's get into it.
Well,
before we get into it, let's get into some self-promotion. If you would like to support the podcast, first of all, that's so kind of you.
So sweet.
A few fun little free things you could do. Everyone loves a free thing.
Yes.
First of all, tell your bookish friends about us.
Yeah, that really is how we can grow and get to not free things, you know? But yeah, tell your friends about us.
Please.
Shout us out.
Word of mouth is the most wonderful thing you could do for us. That, and follow us on socials. media. On social media, I believe we are at Unhinged Smut Book Club. Everywhere, or find the link in the description below. And also rate, review, and subscribe. That does big, big, big things for us algorithmically.
Yeah. Some not free things you could do if you're feeling so generous is to shop our bookshop.org storefront. We earn a small commission and your purchase goes to help support indie bookstores as well. We also have some links in our bio to leave us a tip on Ko-fi, coffee, whatever that thing is. There's a tip jar in our link if you'd like to toss us a tip that way. And coming soon, we are working out a way to have some exclusive content for some subscribers.
Yeah.
Which will be fun. So keep an eye out for that.
We're thinking video versions of the podcast. We're thinking
early episodes.
Yeah.
Ad-free episodes.
Whenever we have ads. When. Because we're manifesting here.
We're manifesting. Stevie and I had a meeting of the minds a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So definitely more to come on that.
So the book we're covering today, we'll get into it, is called Jacked Up by Latrexa Nova. I hope I'm saying Latrexa. Latrexa?
Latrexa, I think.
Latrexa Nova. And here is the author bio and some of her other series while Stevie gets her notes together. So California native Latrexa has always been has seen the weird in the world and seeks to share their outright lust for the strange and unusual. Their hobbies include sculpting unnatural horrors and running from their inner demons. Latrexa writes for the weirdos, heavily featuring darkness and offbeat humor. Some other series that they have penned is 13 Kinks of Halloween, I Got You Boo, which is a serial, erotic, paranormal novella. That's a lot of words. There are so many words here. Naughty's So Nice, it's a standalone Christmas novella series. Sacrifice to the Monster Gods, an interconnected standalone paranormal romance novella series. There are some alien romances, some more monster romances, and some more holiday romances. There's a lot going on here.
A lot. They are prolific. Lots and lots of works. Honestly,
turning them out.
Added a bunch to my TBR, to be completely honest with you. There is one specifically called Wet Hot Monster Summer, which is described as aggressively queer monster romances featuring 5 friends as they help one process their grandmother's death and discover the secrets of Cryptic Cove. I'm going to have to read that.
You're going to have to let me know how that is.
Aggressively queer, it sold me.
Yeah. I think that's also how we could describe the pod's TBR for the next year. As we were looking for books, I was like, we can get gayer. We can get weirder. And I would like to think that some of the things I've picked for next year are aggressively queer.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. New Year's resolution, be gayer.
Yes.
It's our responsibility as bisexual women married to men is we got to compensate somewhere, okay? If not the bedroom, it is what it is. Okay, so we read Jacked Up by Latrexa Nova, and the back of the book summary is, some people kill for fame and fortune. I'm killing for the chance to bang my jack-in-the-box. Yes, I mean that literally, but hear me. My life blows worse than my ex. The only family member I like just died. My mom's married to a POS perv, and if you look up slumlord in the dictionary, there's a picture of my property managers. 3 steps away from needing a short vacation in a grippy sock house, I find the antique jack-in-the-box that used to terrify me as a kid. Sure, it scared me back then, but now it's always there for me. I start talking to it like it's actually alive, and then he invades my dreams. There, he's real, a surprisingly sexy, lanky, sad little clown man called Klaus, with a spring where his legs should be. But that doesn't stop him from using that painted smile of his to bring me more pleasure than I've ever known. Then he tells me he can join me in the real world. Just one thing, he needs a human sacrifice. I'm seriously considering it, if it means I can bounce on more than just his coil. So how we heard about this, I think, is a Goodreads Doom Spiral.
You found it.
I'm pretty sure what is my deal today? A Goodreads Doom Spiral. And also, I saw on her website, there's a prequel in the making.
Oh boy.
I'm looking forward to it. So, some tropes.
Sorry about that. We're recording in my house in my downstairs living room, and if I tried to lock my dogs up, they would be so annoying. So if you hear clicky clackies or shaking of collars, it's Dixon and Harlow.
It just adds to the ambiance. You feel like you're hanging out in Morgan's house with us.
You're in my living room with me.
Yeah. It's like ASMR.
Go lay down.
Harlow. Ma'am.
Stinky Goral, you're gonna disconnect the wires. Harlow, go lay down.
Harlow, you beautiful, beautiful idiot. Unplugged the microphones. It looks like we're good now.
I said, you're gonna unplug the microphones. And then what'd she do? She unplugged the microphones.
She sure did. Okay.
Dummy.
As we were.
Dummy.
Some tropes. We have some blood play. It is, obviously, it's Sentient Object Month, so Sentient Object / Demon X Human romance. There is unusual junk, which we love to see. Also, unusual cum, which is, I hate that word. I hate saying that word out loud.
Yep. But we also love to see on the pod.
For sure. Yeah, in a book. Not physically.
Shut up.
You
did not need to clarify.
I think we did a little bit.
I don't think so.
Any whoosies. There is a little bit of dubcon. There is some magical bondage. It is a bit of a dark romance. You want to give us the trigger warnings?
Oh, sure. Big one on depression. The female main character is aggressively depressed.
Going through it.
These are all straight from the book in the content warnings. So
I got these from our website.
Oh, really? This is exactly what it says at the beginning of the book.
Oh, okay.
Because I was going to read from the book, and I was like, oh, wait, they're exactly the same.
Okay.
The pressure of living in a capitalist hellscape, horrifically bad landlords, sewage leaks, child abuse / child sexual assault / pedophile references in as little detail as possible. There is on-page assault, narcissistic parents, a parent with ALS, a dead dad, and a recently deceased grandmother, outright murder, lots of jester and clown imagery / references / culture. There's a haunted toy, the occult, and demons. There's possession, body betrayal, puppetry. There is vengeance. There is lies, gaslighting, and manipulation from the main male character. There's body worship. There is dream, oral, and handies. But this is literally like they're in a dream. Not like your ultimate dream oral. Anyway, there's breeding with no pregnancy, blood play, fucking in a puddle of blood, and in the middle of multiple recent murder scenes.
Heavy on the blood.
Heavy on the blood.
It is a big plot point. Also, just because I feel like these are the most triggery of the trigger warnings, the CSA, it's like one line where it gets a little bit, not the action, they find evidence of it that's described a little graphically. That one line made me uncomfortable, and that's not a trigger of mine. So if it is a trigger of yours, heads up. And on-page sexual assault, that is normally a trigger of mine, and I was okay with it. So obviously go forth with caution, but just sometimes I feel like you need a little bit of like the scale of that can slide so much. So just a little. There you go. Anyways, heading forward. Huge spoiler alert. We are going to go through essentially the entire plot because sometimes you just come for the vibes and you want to hear about a silly, goofy book without having to read the silly, goofy book. Yep. So if you're one of those people, this is for you. Or if you read it before and you don't remember everything, this is also for you. But if you would like to read the book, pause, download, like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, go read the book, come back, or look at the timestamps for when the summary is over. But hereforth, it is kind of spoilery, so proceed with caution.
Let's get into it.
I'm over-explaining myself. I need to get it together. You guys have been here for a year. You know what's up. Okay, so it opens in media res. I totally didn't have to Google that term. Where our FMC has just stabbed someone to death, and her Jack-in-the-Box is coming to life, and the vibes are sinister, like straight out the gate. But then we flash back to the beginning of the story where we meet Melody, whose toilet in her shitty, excuse the pun, apartment in LA is actively overflowing, and her creepy stepdad is knocking on her door with a box of things from her recently deceased grandma. So basically she's having the best day one could possibly have. One of the things in this box is a creepy Jack-in-the-Box that Melody is immediately getting weird vibes from, but she finds she likes talking to it. So she stores it in her sex toy cabinet, as you do. Yeah. Also, sex toy cabinet, not like drawer.
Yeah.
Like, girl, what's your collection? I need more details.
It didn't sound like there was a large collection.
It didn't. There's handcuffs. But I digress. Stores it in her cabinet after accidentally cutting her finger on it. That's important. Then we join Melody at her equally shitty telemarketing job, and she's brought what has quickly become her emotional support Jack-in-the-Box with her. Totally normal behavior. Mm-hmm. Her job is essentially scamming old people out of their money, which she hates, but she has rent to pay, so it is what it is. Her asshole of a boss goes to touch the box, and she impulsively snatches it away, slicing his hand open in the process, but there's somehow no bloodstains on the box. Weird. But she's sent home with no pay, because this is a sketchy-ass job, in addition to being fucked up morally. So she goes home, and she falls asleep with the box on her nightstand, and then she starts to dream. She's in a circus. She ends up falling into this like dark pit where a man is crying for help. And she starts talking to him. He's been trapped there for years in the dark because a demon tricked him into the prison and taken his legs. We learn his name is Klaus. He was a clockmaker, and he was turned into the Jack-in-the-Box. So she's becoming rapidly obsessed with meeting up with Klaus in her dreams, to the point where she's sleeping all the time, she's missing work, she's barely eating, so she can just go back to dreaming as often as possible. And in one of these dreams, they share their first kiss while kind of like flopping back and forth on the Jack-in-the-Box spring. And it describes her as like giggling, because you'd have to let out a wee. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You'd have to, I don't know, woo! Arms up like on a roller coaster. Until he like holds them both down and finger bangs her, which frankly is really impressive coordination on his part.
Truly, the core strength on that man.
Honestly, it has to be. I mean, he's only core, so strength's got to be somewhere. Talk about skipping leg day. So in the waking world, a plumber finally shows up to come fix her toilet, but of course he's a complete creep and tries to say that she owes him money, but he'll like take sexual favors.
Oh, chicka, wow, wow.
And it's like, brother, even if this wasn't nasty, you were just digging in my broken toilet.
My broken shit toilet.
Yeah. So maybe not. But luckily nothing happens, and he leaves saying he'll be back another day with a part that he needs. Kind of at the same time, Melody sees an ad for the circus and decides her and Klaus are going to go on a date because, yeah, a man who is cursed into a circus-themed prison would love to go to the place of his torment on a date.
Totally.
For sure. Well thought through. But while we're there, we meet a clown named Vladimir, I believe.
Vladimir.
Who tells her story. He, like, sees her Jack-in-the-Box. Is like, oh, interesting. Like, I have a story about Jack-in-the-Boxes. About a German clockmaker from the 1500s named Klaus, who made a Jack-in-the-Box for a prince, which was meant to catch demons, which sends Melody reeling a bit for obvious reasons. She can't decide if she wants to open the box because she equally wants to know if Klaus is real and is also scared that he's not. The decision is made for her when she trips and the box goes flying, opening in the process. And Klaus is in fact real. We meet him in little toy form, and he's been trapped since 1513 and explains the only way to free him would be a human sacrifice. And honestly, Melody is way too cool about it way too quick.
Yeah.
Just immediately like, I got a list. So as she's pondering this, she goes to work and comes home to the creepy plumber being back to finish fixing her toilet. And she notices the box is missing, gets a little...
important to know. Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt your flow. She left it at home because she couldn't bear the thought of closing.
Yeah, she didn't want to close him back in there. Yeah.
And so she left him at home with the box, or with the lid open.
Yeah.
And that's why the creepy plumber was like, oh no, it was weirding me out.
Yeah, he was like, it's creeping me out. I close it and put it up in a cabinet. And she's like... ugh, okay. And she like climbs up on her counter to get it, and like as she goes to get down, the creepy plumber is like behind her and like grabs her waist and is like, let me help you there, little lady. And that escalates really quickly because he gets
handsy.
He gets violent when she turns him down. And, like, as she saw where this was going, she grabbed a knife, which he didn't notice. And then she flips and, like, plays like she's into it and cuts his dick off.
Woo!
Yes. More of that, please. Some people just don't deserve to have certain appendages.
As I have seen on Twitter, you better teach your sons not to touch women without consent, because I'm sending my daughter to the cut dicks off first, ask questions later school, where she will learn how to cut dicks off first and ask questions later. And that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up right down the street from Lorena Bobbitt, so it is tradition in my hometown. So anyways, she stabs him to death, which is a very convenient sacrifice for her boyfriend in the box. And this is where we align with the first chapter. So now that Klaus is out of the box, it's immediately time to get it on, because who isn't turned on by being assaulted in their own home and then murdering someone for the first time and then rolling around in their blood?
Yeah.
Delicious.
No, that actually is, I mean, that's how I like to do it.
Yeah, that's my kink.
Yeah.
This right here is a panty dropper. So now we spend most of the book in Klaus's POV, and it is clear that he isn't actually Klaus the clockmaker. He is in fact a demon, because, like, duh.
Did you really think we trapped a clockmaker in the box?
Yeah, in this box designed to trap demons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. So he's not only trapped in human form, but his peen is now a spring that comes confetti.
Cotton candy flavored confetti, to be exact.
God, we don't get there yet.
I thought we got there.
Nope.
Sorry about that. Spoiler alert.
Well, Melody is down bad for old Slinky Dick, because she is insanely dumb for not clocking that Klaus is the farthest thing from a helpless human victim. But Klaus is also down bad and very confused by it, because it totally goes against his demon nature to care for the human he's meant to just be using to get the sacrifices that he needs in order to get his true form and powers back. Which he does by rolling around in the blood and soaking it up like some kind of fucked up sham wow. Anyways.
I love not reading your notes ahead of time and just being surprised by what the fuck comes out of your mouth.
Oh, yeah. In a flashback, we learn his backstory. Right, because she has the box from the stuff from her grandma was brought in that smells like cat piss, and he smells it and is, like, triggered from living in her grandma's hoarder house for so long, and so we get this flashback. So he was kept by the clockmakers. He was trapped by Klaus the clockmaker and then kept by his descendants till he was gambled away to Melody's grandmother, who is the one who painted him like a clown and painted his box to cover the sigils. So now we're back in the present, and now that we are thoroughly nasty from the sex and the blood, it's time for a shower together, which is always way more romantic in theory. But it always is just one person cold, naked, and shivering while the other is in the hot water, in my experience. But Klaus doesn't know how to shower because he's from the 16th century, so it is kind of necessary. But of course, also sexy because this is the Unhinged Smut Book Club podcast. And she's like, oh, thank God, I'm disgusting. I can't wait to wash this off me. Meanwhile, he's like literally licking the blood off of her skin. And she's like, my brother in Christ, ew. Also, there's nothing like literally just wanting to shower or change or go to bed or do literally anything, but your partner has their horny brain on and they decide that that's an invitation and you're like, literally get the fuck away from me, please.
Yeah. Where are you going with
As
this?
I was typing this, I said, please, sir, put your penis away. This is a Wendy's.
It was not a Wendy's.
Anyways.
Ma'am, it was, in fact, her shower.
Yeah. We learn his clown heart eye makeup will not go away, and homie is like, great, I have a duck dick and surprise face tattoos, and so she gives him a pity blowjob, and surprise, his confetti cum tastes like cotton candy, because of course it does. Do you get the duck dick reference?
Yes.
Yeah. Google it. It's weird.
Oh no. old corkscrew over here.
Yeah. Yep. Cockscrew, if you will.
I'm gonna wake up the baby.
So, in my opinion, while they're trying to get his normal penis back, fair. But they got to figure out a way of like, well, how much is enough blood to get like the shape back, but not enough blood to lose the cotton candy flavor, because that would be convenient and mutually beneficial.
As we discuss frequently.
Would have significantly more BJs if I could pick a flavor. So back to their murder mission. As they're disposing of the body, they're walking through what I assume is the leasing office of her shitty apartment complex to like the dumpsters or something.
Yep.
And they stumble upon the landlords being shitty landlords, as they do. And she's like, hey, want their blood? Fuck these guys. And he's like, absolutely, I do. She obviously fucks up going after two at once. One is a man and one's a woman. Plus she's a rookie who's just like, she just got a little too big for her britches, man. And is like, I could stab these people right now and they won't even see me coming. But yeah, the tables turn like immediately. And so Klaus jumps up to help her immediately, which surprises himself because normally he'd be like, whatever, if she dies, she dies. I'll get her blood. But no, he's like, not my human plaything. And the lady landlord almost stabs Melody, and Klaus like flips and things get gross because it's always eyeballs in these books. It's always fucking eyeballs. And Klaus is like, oh shit, getting a little too demony. I'm gonna blow my cover. But then every time she starts to be like, whoa, like, I know we're murdering people together, but that was a bit much. He just like acts like a kicked puppy to try and like, oh,
I'm so sorry you have to do this for me.
I'm so sorry you had to see me like that. I was just so angry that she was gonna hurt you.
We don't have to do this anymore.
Yeah. And she's like, no, it's fine. It's okay. Do you want another pity blowjob? And then so they kill both of them after making out in their blood. Yep. Also, she gets super cool with chopping up bodies really quick, and so they go down to the basement to store the bodies there, and they find a safe full of cash.
Yeah.
How lucky. And Melody says something in passing about her grandma being lucky and that she didn't inherit her luck. And so we have another flashback to learn that grandma was a luck witch who loved to gamble, and she'd play games with Klaus all the time, but he'd always lose, and he'd be like, I don't want to fucking play with you. Like, it's lame. I know I'm going to lose. And so she'd like kept upping the stakes of what she'd bet. And so she was like, well, my daughter's pregnant. Like, she'll have a quarter of my luck, but I'll bet that away. And that is the one time she lost. And so she gambled away Melody's luck magic to what I'm going to now say Jack/Klaus interchangeably. Melody's two landlords weren't enough, though, to get Jack/Klaus his true form back. So she's like, you know who else sucks? My boss.
Yep.
So they go to her work in, this is important to me, in a button-up blouse, a tight skirt, and stiletto heels. A classic murder uniform.
I also, a classic office uniform.
For sure.
A tight skirt and stiletto heels.
For sure. Stiletto pumps in my shitty job. Doesn't have the same ring to it.
All I'm thinking of is like the office siren that trended on TikTok of like how to dress like an office siren. And it basically is like business core outfits, but slutty.
Yeah.
And so many HR people got on TikTok and they were like, do not come to work like that. I'm going to have to send you home. And
For sure.
that is the type of outfit I'm envisioning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's whale tail involved. You know?
Oh, Lord.
The shortest, tightest pinstripe skirt you've ever seen before in your life.
Yeah. But they go there. They're in the parking garage walking in, and they notice a bunch of FBI vehicles. And she's like, oh, they're absolutely raiding my job. I knew this was sketchy. And they like, the FBI sees them and they like make out to be like, oh, we were just like fucking around on our lunch break. Sorry. Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay, get the fuck out of here. Because they didn't want her to be like, yeah, I work here, and then have to talk to them. And also, I just murdered 3 people. And so that close encounter kind of freaks her out. And so they flee to a nearby park, and then fuck in the park, because what else are you going to do?
Yeah, what else are you going to do in
Have
a
a
public
picnic?
park in the middle of the day?
Yeah. So Melody has this great idea. Spoiler alert, turns out to be a really bad idea, and is like, I know a clown who knew a suspicious amount about you and your story, which I'm sure is just a coincidence and has no significant meaning. Let's go ask him about how we can help you with maybe a little less murder. And so the clown immediately clocks that Jack Klaus is a demon, and Melody is still in denial. And at this point, even Jack is like, come on, you sexy little idiot. Be so fucking for real right now. And then suddenly Jack gets hit over the head. It gets really chaotic. He gets hit over the head by the animal trainer, the like cruel circus kind who tasers elephants for a living. And Melody pretends to be all victim. He's like, oh, thank you for saving me from my demon in the box. And then whoop-bam, bludgeons the animal trainer to death. And I think like knocks out the clown in the process.
Yeah, I think the way I read it made sense in my mind is she swings the sledgehammer. She's like, just let me get one good hit in on this demon.
Oh, yeah,
and
like...
hits the animal trainer in the head, and it like also knocks Vladimir the clown in the head. It's like bum bum
yeah,
messy,
yeah.
nonsense.
And then bludgeons the animal trainer to death. And she may not have her luck, but she's really just walking into really convenient sacrifices.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's getting closer to his true form now. He reveals his name is Jack to Melody, or that's the name he's like taken on because he doesn't remember his real name. And she's trying to be like, I'm done. And then he gets all like aggressive and she scratches him in the face and he bleeds black and he uses his powers to like tie her up and puppet her. And it's getting real sexy in like a dubcon kind of way. But he has his penis back and it's like a demon peen. And he's like red and ribbed for her pleasure. And so he loosens control. So it's not like totally dubcon. And she gets real exploratory because even though she's angry, I mean, I would be curious.
Yeah, well, and she said it smelled like chili powder and...
Yeah, it had like a weird...
mint.
I think it goes in her mouth
smoke.
at some point, and she's like, my mouth is all tingly. And he's like, wait till it's in that puss. And, so yeah, I can't really judge her for that, especially because, surprise, there's a knot. We love to see it. So once again, we're fucking and we're covered in blood and we're fucking in blood. And Jack continues to use his magical bondage powers. It's like a really chaotic, like rutting is the word they keep using as the author, which I think is from the other descriptions. That's what it sounds like real primal animalistic shit.
And I'm going to be stuck here until...
my knot goes down.
Yep.
And so she's just like literally bursting at the seams with cum. And at the end, she like sobs from how good it was. And she's like, that was amazing. And then he's like, great. Who else are we killing? And she's like, can you give me a fucking minute, brother? Mind you, they're still in a circus tent with a dead animal trainer and a knocked out clown.
But they
right
look up
next to them.
after all of that. Where'd the clown go? Huh, that's weird. He's gone.
I forgot that part.
And nobody's weirded out by that. Melody's just like, oh, the clown went somewhere.
The clown who witnessed, well, no, I guess he didn't witness her murder, the animal trainer, but like,
he knows
he was a witness, you know? She's immediately digmatized, like real bad. And then he immediately asks her to kill again. And she's like, can I have 2 fucking seconds? 2 seconds. I've had one hell of a 24 hours. And he's having none of it. Of like her resistance, and so he starts to puppet her to kill the clown. This is what happens. But then her phone rings, and the phone has the ringtone is the and he's like, oh, that sound, and it like disrupts him enough to like stop her from doing that. And then she sees who's calling, and she's like, you know what? I got one more in me, because it's her stepdad. And then they look down, and the clown's gone. They go to her mom and stepdad's house, and the stepdad is, like, pissed to see, basically, like, a boyfriend with her because he's gross and little dick energy and evil and all of the above. And so Jack goes snooping around with stepdad Rick, and it's quickly clear that Rick is even more fucked up than we knew because he was a little... handsy with her as a kid is the message we gotten before, and mom didn't believe her, did the whole you're trying to steal my man, which but yeah, so they essentially get proof that he is a pedophile and probably a murderer of his victims. But then Rick catches on that he like grabbed the pictures and flips because he knows he's caught. He pulls a gun on the mom or all of them. It's hard to tell. Anyways, Jack tries to puppet him, but he can't. And he's like, what the fuck? And then Rick shoots him. Plot twist, clown bursts in. And I cannot stress enough how chaotic this scene is, because it's like a pedo, a demon, and a clown walk into a bar, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? So the clown did a salt circle around the house, which is what fucked up Jack's powers. And he's like, all right, let's take this demon down. But then Rick shows that he's a fucking asshole. And the clown, Vladimir, is like, actually, I'll work with you for 5 minutes to get rid of this motherfucker. But like, this is a temporary alliance. In the chaos, Melody's able to stab Rick in the gut, and Jack gets his true form back, which is a classic huge red demon. And he tosses the clown across the room. He tries to make Melody kill her mom, but then the clown pipes up. He brought the box, and he starts to do this like chant, but it isn't working to like get Jack back in the box. But then Jack breaks the box, and he tells the story of winning Melody's luck from her grandma, and Melody kicks him in the dick. She's like, I have had a shitty fucking life because of you.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'll propose a bet. If I win, I get my luck back. And if you win, you get my soul forever. Because if he loses her luck, she assumes the clown can succeed in like trapping him again. Mm-hmm. And she bets that he loves her. And she wins. Okay, we can still be cute. I know you're just like trying to make me murder my own mom, but like, you love me.
And then tried to fuck me in front of my mom?
In front of my mom, yeah. And he's like, you didn't mind public before? And she's like, yeah, not in front of my literal mother.
Yeah.
Strangers is one thing.
Strangers is one thing.
But, you know, demons are weird. He was like high on blood, is a demon. We don't know his culture.
Stop making
Let's not be rude.
For this man.
And so she wins. She's like, you love me. And so they're like making out. And then the clown spell starts to work. And Jack is like being pulled into, the clown came with a backup box, a music box.
Yes,
Clown's
right.
I can't stress how chaotic this is. Jack is being pulled into this music box, and he realizes that as he's like holding on to Melody and making out with her, that he's pulling her with him. And so he lets go. But surprise, plot twist, they both end up in the box. Because Melody would rather be in there with him than out without him. And I guess we'll call that they live happily ever after.
I guess we can call it that.
So let's get into first impressions.
Jesus. I will tell you right here, you said at the beginning, like I said, we're gonna have very different interpretations of this book. I started hate reading this book from page 5. When she says that she starts crying while she's peeing because her toilet's overflowing.
God, I have to read this quote. I have it highlighted, or do you have it?
I don't think I have it highlighted, but I might have, because what the actual okay, hang on, annotations are loading.
What the actual fuck is the phrase for sure.
So as soon as I read that phrase, I started hate reading it.
I've got it.
Okay, great. Go for it.
She's like on her broken toilet. Pee's not the only thing that comes out. Tears do too. Out from my eyes, obviously, not my pee hole. What a feeling to be leaking at both ends. And my annotation is, what the fuck am I reading?
It goes, I didn't quite realize I had so many emotions until they leak out from my eyes, which is a fine sentence to have. Listen, Stevie, I don't want to get into the hate things of it all, but my first, that was my first impression. And I immediately began hate reading it after that. And
it's like that TikTok comment that's like, mind you, this is my first impression.
Mind you, this is my first impression. I was down with like the opening murder scene. Yeah. I was down with like a weird toilet and like a fucked up life. But yeah,
that it was a line. I will give you that.
My first impressions all through this book were, what the fuck? Oh my God.
And we're back after the most chaotic brief interruption.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, the grocery delivery.
My grocery delivery, it's 3:40. My grocery delivery wasn't scheduled to be delivered until 4:09 to 4:39. That was my window. The man was an hour early.
Yeah. Anyways, first impressions. Yeah. So you were immediately like, this is fucking stupid.
Immediately
and I'm
turned
lost
off by it. Yeah.
I will say I was worried this would end up being too dark for the pod, but it was just dark enough to be bananagram. I was like, I would say darkness level of Butcher and Blackbird.
Yeah, this is on par with Butcher and Blackbird. And, like, we are killing people, but it's not, like, overly graphic.
It's not overly graphic, and it's bad people. And, yes, I did love that the chapters have titles, because no one does that anymore. And it felt very, like, nostalgic for me as I was reading this smutty Jack-in-the-Box book. Like, oh, childhood. Just kidding. But truly, I wish we did that more. However, as I was taking notes, it was a little bit challenging because I was like having to count which chapter I was on. But it's fine. I love that. Bring it back. But yeah, I was immediately having fun. And once we got to that first circus scene and we got the story from the clown, I was like, hold on. Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely, the plot was interesting. And I felt very, like, unique, and I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I definitely have not read and or seen anything that is a demon trapped in a Jack-in-the-Box.
Yeah.
Or anything like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the storyline of it all was quite interesting.
This book was bananagrams. Some aspects of it were like, what the fuck? How did they come up with that and put that into words?
Yeah.
Like, that is the first time those words were used together in a sentence.
I will say, though, I can get with the, like, this was an interesting story. The plot line was different and interesting. The motivations were different and interesting. I was hate reading it because of that one sentence. But I also found this book to be completely chaotic, parentheses negative, because there were a lot of things that, like, I just didn't understand, and I would have to go back and forth between pages.
Yeah, that's one of my critiques, so we'll hold on to that one.
So it was just an overall confusing book to me as like a first impression.
Yeah. Smut scenes. So the first scene we get is the dream finger bang, which is in the chapter called The Sounds of You, which it was she got finger banged. I would say the smut isn't that, like, detailed, even when it's like it takes up like several pages. Mm-hmm. It feels very straightforward.
Yes.
Kind of. For, like, sex with a demon Jack-in-the-Box, it's, like, kind of vanilla. Until they actually have well, no. Until...
I said vanilla-ish, ?
Vanilla until it's not, I guess. Vanilla? Until he gets his powers back.
Until we get to kink stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then it goes from very normal to straight up BDSM.
Yeah. So there's the finger banging scene in what is chapter 5 called The Sounds of You. In chapter 10, there is, it's called Out of the Box, and that is when he is out of the box after the first murder. Chapter 12 is What to Do with the Dead, which is the shower blowjob. Mm-hmm. There is chapter 15, It's the Feds, where they fuck in a park. And chapter 17/chapter 18 is My Little Plaything / Come One, Come All. And it is fucking in the circus with his true penis. And there's the knot and the BDSM. There is
Come
also...
One, Come All is a hilarious fucking title. I'm going to give them credit for that.
Yeah.
Latrexa, that's funny.
This book was not lacking in creativity.
Sure, truly. That is one thing you cannot say. Yeah, let me see a few quotes I have highlighted, because there were some where I went, oh my goodness, all right. Hold on. Like the finger bang one, the only way I'll ever touch you is if you ask for it, he murmurs, nay, beg. And I was like, okay, Mr. Clockmaker Man. My baby's crying.
I think they could hear.
Hold, please. In case you were wondering what that was, that is in fact a baby crying. The park scene. He takes off her panties, and then the quote is, I stuff the damp panties in her mouth, pull her legs wider, and press myself between them. Her hands twist into my shirt, but I grab them and press them against the tree as I pound into her. You aren't the one in control. I pant. I am. You are mine, my plaything, mine to use as I like. Your pleasure means nothing, only mine. I was like, oh, bitch. Yes, sir.
emotions about how I would feel about that, like, in a book versus in real life.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I
feel like if some of these things in a book were ever said to me, I would turn around and clock someone in the mouth so fucking hard.
I'd be such a brat. Like, and...
Oh, no! My microphone's been muted.
Oh, my God. I'm going...
No, not for
okay.
that, like, just since she was crying.
Okay.
But I would... Let's try that again. I always have such mixed emotions about stuff like that, of, like, in the book versus, like, in real life. Like, how would I respond to that? And I feel like that's something where I would turn around and be like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to right now?
I have heard, in real life, many a year ago, in my wild, wild youth, like, who does this pussy belong to? And the eye roll, the fact that didn't, like, break my eye sockets is a fucking miracle. But I was like, but I also really enjoyed being mean to men that I was having sex with. So I was like, bitch, you haven't earned this. Like, I love to be like, shut the fuck up. Like, oh my God, I was so mean. And then I'd, like, get up and leave. They'd be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I didn't come here to cuddle you. Oh, I was such a cunt. It was great. Honestly, I don't regret that phase at all.
No.
The therapy bill, I could live without. But I got good stories.
Yeah, and you maybe, took some men down a peg.
Which they probably needed.
Yeah, that's...
Especially if they were 18-year-old, like, college boys, they absolutely needed.
Yes.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I like the idea of public sex. Like, hidden public sex. Like, not, like, on a stage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, anyone could catch us. I don't know if I'd like that in reality because I have an anxiety disorder. So...
And a healthy amount of, like, shame and embarrassment.
Yeah, a healthy amount.
Healthy amount.
Yeah.
Not over the top.
And my husband's, like, real Catholic, so that just simply won't be happening.
No.
So that's one to think about.
Sometimes fantasies are just that. They never actually have to be played out. Sometimes they can just be fantasies.
Most of the time, I think they're better that way.
Yeah.
TBH.
They can never... It's like meeting your heroes, right? Like, they can never let you down.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah, and then the whole, like, rutting in the circus.
That was probably my favorite sex scene.
Yeah, it was very
Animalistic.
aggressive. Yeah, animalistic is the word. Maybe I have a primal thing, too. Should I describe the penis to the people at home?
Let me do it because you've got...
a baby on my boob?
Yeah, not that you can't describe penises while you have a baby on your boob, but just a matter of you could mute yourself if you need to from the sounds of her drinking and having her breakdown. Poor thing. That springy mutation was an abomination, but so too would have been a human penis. Theirs are soft and malleable. Mine is a weapon, an instrument of torture and pleasure. Even from the skin from which it protrudes, bumps decorate the skin to give any rider no moment of peace as their skin rubs against it. At the base of the shaft sits a thickly lined knot that spirals to a taper, ridged bumps scattered across the top until the crown. I'm having a hard time fully picturing this.
Same.
In my mind, the knot and his penis look like a helter-skelter. That big, like, twirly slide tower thing. Because he said it tapers, and so my brain is like... But I think that's more of, like, a...
The way that all penises taper?
No, I'm thinking, like, knot at the bottom, and then it, like, swirls up, like, to a taper at the top.
Maybe. With, like, bumps and ridges along it?
Maybe.
Interesting.
It's either that or kind of like an egg shape of like where it like tapers at the top and gets rounder at the bottom, and like the knot is just down at the base, so like you could slide onto it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time deciding which one it is. When he described it as a weapon, though, I was concerned that it was going to be
like barbed.
Yes.
Like that's where my brain goes when I think demon penis is barbed.
Barbed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, you know.
Sure. No, I don't.
Torture of it all.
But.
And the way that, like, some animals are, where they have little barbs that, like, forces it to stay in for a while.
Which I think goes to the animalistic, because he says, I'm going to breed you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he talks about rutting, and I think that really is what it is. Like, just being stuck until... This is not the first book we've read where they use the word rut. It was also used in C.M. Nascosta's Hollow, where she talks about how the men wanted
just, like,
to
mindless.
To rut into her of just it. Yeah, it's mindless. It's like primal. It's animalistic. Yeah. It's like a baser need.
Yeah.
And I think that really gets into, like, the rut of it all gets into that. It also sounds like there's multiple orgasms in that scene from her, from him, from everyone.
Everybody. It's
the
just,
clown on the ground. Like, who knows?
Honestly, maybe.
To be a fly on the wall in that tent.
Truly. Yeah, so that was, like, the most intense scene. And he has his magic powers that kind of puppet her. And so it's, like, a magical bondage moment, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, spanking is involved. A lot of spanking.
There was a lot of spanking in that scene. So it's really kind of... I don't want to say public sex is not vanilla.
True, but, like, the actual acts of intercourse, not where they are.
Yeah, he has her in the park. He has her bent over, like, up against a tree.
Yeah, it's like basic sex, and then it's like, boom, demon sex.
Yeah, you do go from 0 to 100 quite quickly.
I also think there was a lot of him trying to, like, hold back and not lose the illusion that he's a human. And so there was a couple times where he got a little bit wilder, and she's like, I fucking like that. And he's like, oh, okay. And so it took a while to get to being like, oh, well, the jig is up. And so is my schlong. Let's get it on. Come one, come all.
Come one, come all.
As Latrexa says. So what are some things that you loved?
I've already kind of mentioned it in my first impressions. I did really enjoy that this was a completely different plotline, storyline, motivation than a lot of the other books that we've read. There is lore in this. And I love when you get into these weird books. I think that is usually my complaint when we get into these, like, shapeshifter weird kind of books of, like, where's the lore?
I need the backstory.
I need the backstory. I need to know, how did we get to this point? And I think that absolutely is tick satisfied for me in this book. So I really enjoyed that. I always enjoy when men get what's coming to them.
Yeah.
You know, I support women's rights, but I especially support women's wrongs. So I love to see a child abuser, a child molester get what's coming to him from a demon.
Absolutely. I actually really liked the main male character. I didn't love the female main character, but not enough to, like, hate the book, because sometimes that will, like, really throw me off.
That
also
is
from
a critique of mine. Jack's
perspective quite a bit.
From about the midway point.
Man, wow, I liked a book that's mostly from a male perspective.
You know,
that's crazy.
Crazy thing, we were supposed to record 2 things today, and both books for this month are from the male perspective.
And both have to do with shitty landlords.
And both have to do with shitty landlords.
It's like a weird amount in common.
We're going to be able to do that thing that Butters from TikTok does,
there
of, like, books that don't have anything in common except they share this one really strange plot line. And we're going to... Coming soon to our socials.
There you go. But yeah, I loved the premise. It just, like, truly felt unique, and I've never read anything like this before, and it was a vibe. However, I do have critiques.
Oh, I would. Hang on before we get to them.
Yeah.
Cotton candy flavored cum.
Oh, yeah. We love a flavored cum.
We love a flavored cum. We love a weird junk moment.
When he came in her mouth with his confetti cum, I was very concerned that she would, like, asphyxiate.
Me too. I was worried about it being, like, plasticky.
Yeah, but now I'm picturing, do you remember those Listerine strips?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm picturing as well, too.
That's so funny.
Also, how did we twice in a row a book / novella that we read? Because
your little hiccups.
Yep. Because in Full Sack there's also confetti. come at the
Oh
end
my gosh,
of it.
yes!
I'm telling you, the amount of
Like weird
Venn
tiny-
diagrams we could do, it would just go on and on and on of like books that are related to each other.
It's amazing. I love that for us.
So the confetti come was super fun, and Latrexa was not afraid to get weird with it in a lot of ways. Of like, we're already talking about like a demon trapped in a Jack in the Box. Like,
Yeah. Let's
can't
just
get
go
much
there.
weirder than that.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me your critiques.
I have mixed feelings about the ending. I mostly didn't like it. I like that I didn't see it going the way that it did, but I really fucking wish it ended this way, where she flips the tables and went from being his little human plaything to her having him as a literal toy that she can keep on her nightstand and then bang in the dream world like they were before. But in the waking world, she can go on with her life now with her luck and become successful and happy and use that to like help people who are in like the shitty situations that she was in, which is what I would see her doing with that luck.
Yep.
And then having her like dream boyfriend who she keeps imprisoned as he would have her.
Yeah, I could get down with that.
I would have loved that. A little girl power moment.
Yeah.
I have my cake and eat it too.
And not just give up
Yeah. And
all of these things. I do understand Melody's motivations.
Yeah.
I had to find the word. I understand her motivations for wanting to go into the musical Jack in the Box or the musical box with Jack, because she's right. Having to pay rent sucks. Going to work sucks. Like,
capitalist hellscape.
Yeah, I don't have a job to go back to because I got raided by the FBI. I have had horrible luck my whole life, and even though I have luck now, like,
What does that
what is
mean?
it really gonna result in? I'm in love with this weird demon man, and now we can be together forever. I understand her motivations, but it felt a little
I was a
much
little bit like, girl, stand up. He just tried to force you to murder your mother.
Melody was not a compelling character for me. She was
She wasn't
aggressively
driving the
annoying.
plot. Yeah, she was just kind of she was there to move the plot forward. Like,
She was an idiot
dumb.
in a lot of ways of like, girl, come on.
Yeah.
The way she was just so cool with stuff.
Yeah.
Right away. I was like, you're not going to ask any follow-on questions.
Yeah.
You don't have any questions. You have no concerns.
No.
This man just told you to chop up a body and put it in a box.
Yeah. And
now we're down to do it 3, 4, 5, 6 more times.
Yeah. I feel like she's lived too much life to be this dumb.
How old is she? She's like 24.
I'd say mid-20s, yeah.
Yeah. She's not young. But generally just, there were some things that didn't need to be over-explained. Like, tears come out too from my eyes, not my pee hole, obviously. I
think that was for a comedy factor.
It didn't need it. We knew we knew what was going on, and we don't need to laugh in this situation because you're having a really hard day.
Yeah. I think the writing was far from bad, but I definitely think the chaotic scenes were really confusing.
Yeah, too many times I had, even in the things that weren't chaotic, the chaotic scenes were really hard for me because I would find myself flipping back and forth and being like, what just happened? Who did that? Who
Even
is...
some of the sex scenes,
Yeah.
like, I felt like he's like, I flipped her over, but then the next line sounded like they were face to face. And I'm like, wait, what?
I thought you were face to face.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And generally, it was the flow of things I felt were off.
Yeah.
And it would have been good. I don't know their editor situation, but I feel like it could have used a stronger editor.
Yeah.
In making sure that things made sense, making sure that it flowed really nicely. In the author's notes, the acknowledgments at the end, it does say that they were trying to keep the book under 100 pages, but it like got away from them to being like 175 or whatever pages.
Yeah.
And I think that that's fine because it really lended itself in a lot of good ways to having the lore and like a very kind of well flushed out story and idea of what is happening, but where it didn't lend itself really nicely is that it got a little chaotic in the reading of things.
Yeah.
From our perspective. So, yeah.
But I did really enjoy it, and I will be reading more of their books.
I did not really enjoy it, and I will not be reading more of their books.
Let's get into ratings, because I gave it 4 stars. I had so much fun.
I give it 2.5 stars.
Fair enough. Okay, so we'll say like 3.
Yeah.
In the middle. That's fair enough. Spice level, I was kind of like a 3, maybe?
I gave it around a 3.
Yeah.
And my reasons being because we do this every single time where we're like, the sex was vanilla. But then we start to talk about like, oh, there were all of these kinks.
Yeah.
Or like all of these weird things.
Yeah.
And I gave it a 3 in that. You have the blood play. You have the springy ding dong. You have
a lot of emphasis on the blood. It's just like, oh yeah, now we're covered in blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think maybe because you and I don't really read dark romance,
Yeah.
that idea of like murder and there's a pool of blood and now we're like making out in it and like this post murder makeout, post murder coupling for us is odd because that had kind of also happened in Scythe and Sparrow after they had killed him in the funhouse, and you and I were like, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know
now I'm like a little bit more used to it now because of some of the books we've read. I'm like, oh, this wasn't even that graphic. This is like knitting.
These baby hiccups all the way through.
It is what it is.
She's looking at all the pictures that are on the wall that my kid has drawn.
Yeah, the chaos is art.
Yeah, she's smiling at him.
Very talented. Going from baby talk to, all right, what's the unhinged level of the smut we just read?
So, the unhinged level of the smut?
Not of the smut, of the book. Yeah.
This is a 4 for me.
Really? I give it like a 3. I could be persuaded to a 4. For sure.
I'm laughing at both you and the baby hiccup. We can split the difference and call it a 3.5. I felt that it was, she's, first of all, having wet dreams about her Jack in the Box. She is
immediately attached to it
after thinking it was super duper creepy.
Yeah.
And the way that and I know that this has to do with her proximity to the Jack in the Box, which is a demon.
Yeah.
But the way that she is like, oh, this creepy man put his hands on me, I'm immediately going to murder him. You know?
Yeah, I didn't think about that, of just being like, oh, I could murder someone, being like in his thrall. Like he called her his thrall a lot. So I'll give her some idiot points back. A little bit. But yeah, I'd say like a solid 3.5, 4. Yeah.
This book is unhinged. It's a very unique storyline. It is not necessarily unique smut, but it is a very unique storyline and definitely not like the things that you or I are used to reading, or probably a lot of people are used to reading.
Which I found, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Next month, we're switching gears. Next month is Monster Romance Month.
Ooh.
And we are revisiting a series that we started last year. Yes, we read Swipe Right for Monsters by R. O'Leary last year, and we both loved it. And so book 2 is called Download for Demons. And the description is: spite is the perfect reason to download a monster dating app. At least that's what Mary had told herself when she was rolling her eyes at her overbearing mother's most recent lecture about spinsterhood and grandchildren. It wasn't her fault her last couple relationships had been disastrous. True love might be a big ask, but some devil horns and a kinky tail to have some fun with? That was exactly what she needed to get out of her slump. Making her mother clutch her pearls was just a bonus. But now that 4 delicious demons are blowing up her inbox, she might have bitten off more than she can chew. Hopefully, they aren't planning to do the same to her. It is a dating app for monsters, after all.
I'm excited for that one.
Me too.
That episode will air February 15th.
Ooh, just in time for Valentine's Day.
Just in time.
A cutie little Valentine's Day episode. Okay, well, we made it through.
I
barely, by the skin of our teeth.
That edit's gonna be super duper fun.
It'll be fine. It's fine.
All right, well, that is it for this episode of the Unhinged Smut Book Club. Thanks for reading with us. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Stevie. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe so you never miss an episode filled with chaos, kink, and questionable literary choices.
Until next time, keep it spicy.